And welcome back, everyone, to Who Would Win. Today's Who Would Win comes to us from Guillermo Acosta, who asked the question, "Who wins in the let's call it a fight? Rigby from the regular show versus Bloo from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. One's an imaginary friend. One is a raccoon. There's more to it than that, a little bit, though not by much. Both these guys are young, immature, and not necessarily geniuses. Bloo is definitely a little bit more crafty, but Rigby also has a good sense of ability to lie and manipulate to some degree, though he's not very intelligent himself. He's also not very physically capable either in terms of physical strength. He's pretty weak, but he makes up for it with the ability to just master useless things, like being skilled in rock paper scissors. Yeah, I was supposed to say rock paper scissors shoot, but rock paper scissors. Being master of rock paper scissors. Skilled vocalist. He's also a skilled rapper. He's pretty fast because he's a raccoon. He's gotten several other abilities under his belt. Hold on, Rigby. His skills. What is his skill set? Let's find out, shall we? Together. I don't know what it was like in the last hour. I suddenly became like, ugh. He appears, as it's described, he appears to be very fast, acrobatic, sneaky, and lazy. He and Morecap managed to catch up to Gary's truck, which makes him very fast, or the truck is very slow. He's a lot faster than Mordecai because he can run on all fours when in a hurry. Among his abilities, he's a light sleeper, vocalist, has sharp claws, sharp teeth, ham boning. I don't know what ham boning is. Party animal, religious party, skilled rapper, sense of humor, smooth talker. The smooth ladies while using very good pickup lines. He's also a skilled liar. He's skilled at stealing, bank shots with basketballs. He's a stunt man. Donut master. Donut driving, that is. He's very imaginative. Yeah. I apologize for the yawning. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It's just like, I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready to do these videos. I'm pre-recording. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, why am I so tired? Maybe it's just been a long day. Video game trivia. Mover. Successfully can move things. Utility whipping, geology, and he's a novice fighter. He's able to fight in some episodes when enraged. However, he also has weaknesses and bad habits, including being unintelligent. He's also considered to be careless, claustrophobic, unhealthy diet. Not that it really matters much, but yeah, unhealthy diet. Lack of strength. He's terrible at arm wrestling. Even Pops apparently can beat him into punches. Of course, when we learn how strong Pops actually is, then he's bad at video games. He has an egg allergy. He gets frightened. I hate when this happens. There's like this. Okay, we're gonna whatever. Laziness, poor hygiene, gift giving. He's terrible giving gifts and bad luck. Again, this is becoming less of a. He's also a little bit easier to be frightened than Mordecai is, particularly in certain horror movies. Okay. So yeah, like I said, this is not going to be so much fun because Bloo himself is not really what's the best way to put it? He's not really a fighter in any traditional sense either. Hell, I honestly don't even think there's a lot of Toon Force going on with these characters. Versus some other series. Not to say there isn't some, but the level of Toon Force is actually a lot lower than some other cartoon characters. Bloo being the imaginary friend of Mac, the main character. He's a blue-colored dome-shaped cylinder like blob and a blanket like imaginary friend with curved arms, bulging little in stomach, and stubby hands that are fingerless. He stands on 2 feet in height and weighs 10 pounds when dry. He's very light. Now, that being said, he is surprisingly intelligent at times. He's skilled with some certain levels of manipulation. He's also surprisingly fast, has good dance skills. He's shape-shifting, mostly a ball form, but he can still do that. Restless energy and superhuman strength at times. In terms of his acts of heroism, In Barry's scale, when Barry tried to kill Mac, Bloo rescued him with an automatic paddle ball, sending Barry on another giant rubber band roll. Another example, Bloo catches Bendy for framing him at will. So, I mean, there's apparently a lot of heroic acts here, but not really much in terms of like what his overall abilities would be. So, hypothetically, if it comes down to a fight, and I mean an actual fight where they have to hurt each other, unfortunately, the physical strength, superhuman strength, is only at certain times. My guess is when he actually has to be heroic for Bloo, whereas Rigby is still a raccoon and can still attack like a raccoon can, with sharp claws and teeth. So, I'd imagine, and Bloo isn't depicted any older really than Mac is, so I have to assume, and how old is Mac? Like probably 10. That's usually the standard they make these kids in these shows. Oh no, he's 8. Okay. 8 to 10, whatever. He's 8. So I have to assume Mac is no older than him. Or at least not by much. At most, maybe 10. The catch-22, though, is... Oh, God. Okay. It just won't stop. It's like it's not even like I'm yawning I'm yawning constantly, but I'm not yawning I'm not yawning like like I'm not like yawning every second. It's like every minute or so that I'm talking. So anyway, yeah, I would imagine in a straight fight, Rigby actually having physical abilities to hurt someone in a fight would probably be the more likely victor. But if we're just looking at like a social interaction where these two are kind of trying to play off each other and play one-up each other, that's where things get a little bit trickier, because we do know that Rigby is a skilled liar and a smooth talker. This allows for manipulation tactics, but Bloo is just as manipulative, if not more. Or at least he is known for manipulation, and he's probably overall more intelligent than Rigby is. That is something that is stated for Bloo's abilities, is he is intelligent. At times. Add the fact that he can also shapeshift and occasionally does have super strength. This gives us a scenario where, even though I think Rigby takes probably the majority of the physical interactions, there are a certain level of them that Bloo will probably also take. It's a matter of who's going to persuade or manipulate the other more effectively. And in any circumstance, you go with the less intelligent one as the loser. The one who is more intelligent between two manipulators is always going to be the one who's going to be the victor, because they can just manipulate in a more effective way than the lesser intelligent one. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean someone who is a manipulator and good at it, who is not as smart as the other one, will fail to manipulate the other one. It just means that more oftentimes than not, the smarter manipulator will be the victor in a battle of manipulation. So maybe they're trying to either do chores or Blue's trying to get out of something, Rigby's trying to get out of something else. So they think about it, they agree, but Bloo says one other thing. But if this happens, all bets are off and you gotta do all of them. Fine, but if this happens, you gotta do that. And Bloo just like, yeah, but the thing is, I knew that was gonna happen already. What? It's something like that. Either way, I would say this. In a battle of wits in the manipulation, it's probably Bloo. In a physical confrontation, I'd go more with Rigby. But there's circumstances where both these guys can win. I think it's just the majority-wise, in both scenarios, physical, Rigby, intellectually, Bloo. If we're looking at that from the overall, based on what the percentage of victories would be, my guess, actually, if we're going by the percentage of victories, here's the thing. I think Bloo wins more times in an intellectual battle than Rigby wins in a physical battle. Again, the smarter one's almost always going to win more oftentimes than not in a battle of wits or manipulations. But Bloo does occasionally have super strength. So that does physical victories that Rigby will have. So overall, I think Bloo gets the slight edge. But this is a coin toss. Let me know what you think. These are two characters that I can't say I know an extensive amount of information about. I had to look up the information for, as I normally do. So, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.